Hi, I'm On. Welcome back to Don't Take the Box. Today we have for you February's Scrawlrbox. It's very late, I know, but I don't control international shipping, so we'll just have to make do. Let's get to it. As always, I'm giving you the first view. Let's pull out everything underneath first. We have here February's Scrawler zine, which gives an indication of what we might get. It looks like paint and something abstract, or cubistic at least. This month's artwork is not characteristically in an A5 size, but square. And once again, it looks like something cubistic or abstract at least, with some elements of faces, and very blue. And we get some cats in the way and Taylor Rowney's System 3 heavyweight acrylic paper. Now, if that isn't a clear clue of what we might find inside, I don't know what is, but I'm just going to, it's very nicely textured and indeed very heavy. So now that we know for almost certain what we will find inside, let's not waste any time finding out exactly what. Even more goodies than I anticipated. Alright, first of all we get 2 stickers, which I guess is because we missed one in a previous box. Must have been the January or December box in which we didn't get a sticker. Then we get the supplies, which I am going to pull aside. First of all, something I always like, a magic pencil. They're called magic because they have more than one color in the tip. I'm just going to give you a close-up, and we get it in blue, red and white, which coincidentally is also the colors that we saw previously on the artwork, and are also the colors of the paint that we find in this box. And the paint is soft body acrylic paint by Sennelier in blue indigo, titanium white and cadmium red hue. So it's not actual cadmium, just the color of cadmium red. And what else do we have? Of course, a brush, a Pro Arte Scrawlrbox, which is presumably a brush specifically for acrylic paint. We get candy of the month, popping candy, which I really like, but it's strawberry flavored, so I'm just going to have to sneak this towards my dear husband. And lastly, an acrylic paint marker in silver. That's neat. It's been a while since I've had a paint marker from a brand that I hadn't tried before, so that's actually quite exciting. Well, everything is quite exciting. So let's get swatchy. First of all, let's try out this pencil. have a feeling that the white doesn't really show up very well on this cream colored paper. I can see a hint of it, but it's not very strong. It does, however, create a lovely effect of not pure blue, but blue with a purple hint, which is of course due to the fact that it's being mixed with red and white. So not a pencil you can depend upon, but a cute gimmick. Next we have a paint marker, which I shook and prepped off camera because I know it can take a long while. And we get a very thick tip and a thick even line in shiny grey, well, silver actually. And I must say, other than the fact that it's shiny, the main selling point is, I think, the fact that you get a very even coat. It is a bit bulky and a little heavier than most pens. No, not most pens. It's a little heavier and bulkier than other paint markers that I have, but it works pretty much the same way and it's quite good. And lastly, we get 3 lovely colors. Starting off with blue. Oops, that's way too much. But I might be able to recuperate some of that. And let's see how it works with some water. I quite like the color, but I think for an indigo it's quite light. I would have expected something a lot dark. I would have expected something a little darker and with a more of a grayish or blackish undertone. I'm not disappointed though, I really like this color. Next we have some red, which I will try to squeeze out a little more gently. And it is indeed the bright single red that you would expect from a cadmium hue. And what I really like about these paints, because I've had them before and then I didn't have any experience with them, but I've fooled around with them a little bit, is that they water down quite well. You can really see that you can get quite an even gradient in the same hue without it giving any, well, some granulation, but actually very little. And I think it's very pretty. And lastly, we're going to check out the titanium white. I believe that in a previous box I also got a white and a blue, but there were different whites and a different blue. So maybe Common Cat will help us out and see what video these were in. I must say this titanium white is a little less helpful. It does not take the water as easily. And I have a feeling it wants to be more opaque, but then this is usually the role that titanium white has in a lot of art pieces and techniques, so I probably should not be complaining about that. But I don't really like it. the way it behaves now. Anyway, that's it for swatching. I'll switch off now, think of something, and then come back with a sketch. February's Scrawler challenge was fractured figures. Some final thoughts. Acrylics are usually not really my thing, but having worked with this exact same brand before, I found I got a quick understanding of how everything worked, and I found that they put on paper very, very well. I do love the colors that we got, but the only drawback is that when I had these before with the exact same color scheme, will make it rather difficult for me to explore this any further, or I will have to invest in at least some yellow and maybe some green and some browns to get an even wider palette. Regardless, I do find that the mixed colors work really, really, really well. I was a little bit skeptic, but I absolutely love the pink that we got with the titanium white and the cadmium red. Usually it's a little more dull, and this is very, very vibrant, so I love it. And other than that, yeah, there's really nothing much else to comment on. The paint marker worked perfectly, but the silver shows up quite light over the other paints, so it's not very good as a liner. But I'm very sure that I found some other use for it, because it's a really nice pen. And I think that's about all I have to say about that. I hope to see you sometime next week, because I don't know when my next box is going to arrive. But until then, I wish you all the best, and bye!